overwhelmed as a college student. And I myself have experienced this a lot. My friends experience this a lot due to various academic stress or stress related to your career and just overall having such a jam-packed schedule as a college student that is sometimes hard to navigate. Some things that can contribute to feeling overwhelmed as a college student include disorganization, procrastination, feeling pressure, and being overcommitted to various activities. These are some common factors that can often worsen this feeling and are definitely things that I see around my campus a lot. So today we're going to discuss some ways that we can combat some of these factors and help our feelings of feeling overwhelmed. Some common sources of stress that are really particular to college students involve choosing your major, doing well in school, feeling too busy, finding an internship. These are some common experiences, and of course, there's many other things that kind of branch off of all these different experiences that can contribute to feeling overall stress and feeling overwhelmed as a college student. So I'm going to go over a few coping strategies today, and these strategies are all things that you can improve your skills at by using the Neolth platform. These are different categories that we have plenty of exercises on. We even have expert advice and other student stories that tackle these various strategies that can combat some of these factors that contribute to feeling overwhelmed as a college student. To start off with breathing exercises, I'm going to start by introducing a few exercises that we actually have featured on the Neolth platform, starting with box breathing. This is an exercise where you picture a box in your mind as you inhale for 2 seconds, exhale for 2 seconds, and repeat this pattern. And as you do this, you're going to picture the edges of a box as you go through the exercise. Another exercise that is also useful is bumblebee breathing, has more of a fun name. And it basically just involves covering various different parts of your faces and breathing like that. This is another way to reduce stress and focus on your breathing and to calm down your parasympathetic nervous system. These also techniques are really useful when you're dealing with a specific stressful situation. Like, for example, if you're about to present and you can feel yourself starting to get really nervous, you can use these techniques to calm yourself down and to be better prepared for anything that may be making you feel overwhelmed. And then one more breathing exercise to wrap up. This involves alternate nostril breathing. So you kind of just go back and forth between breathing through each nostril. And these are all exercises just to keep you from stressing out in your head, to focus on your breathing instead, and to kind of just reassert that yourself to calm down and just focus on something other than whatever is stressing you out at the moment. The next technique we're going to go over is practicing mindfulness. This again relates to stressing about stuff in your head and overthinking and ruminating on certain things, and how to combat this in order to feel less overwhelmed overall. One exercise we have that can really help with this is the noticing game. This is about noticing different physical feelings throughout your body and figuring out how your emotions affect these physical sensations. So it starts off by you try and just think of certain things you notice that are physical feelings. For example, I notice tension in my calf. I notice soreness in my feet. I notice hunger in my stomach. I notice heaviness in my head. And this kind of just keeps you from overanalyzing things in your head. It makes you be present in the moment, and it makes you think about how your body is actually feeling and about things that are actually factual and tangible instead of things that you may be obsessing over and snowballing in your head. And this again can lead to feelings of feeling overwhelmed. Another exercise we have is a mini mindfulness break, which involves 3 different steps. So you start off with the first step by being present. Actually think about what's going on around you. Don't be so in your head again. This is kind of the main point of any sort of mindfulness exercise, whether it's on Neolth or otherwise, is really just about thinking about what's going on in the actual moment and not to freak out about the future or something that may have happened in the past. Once you're actually focusing again on physical symptoms, on what's actually going on right now, the next step is to focus on your breathing for 5 different cycles of inhaling and exhaling. You can even incorporate one of the breathing exercises we had before to really calm down your breath and to really focus in on it, and do this for, again, 5 different rounds of breathing in and out. And then the third step relates back to the previous exercise, expanding awareness to your whole body. Don't just be present in the moment, but think about how you're really feeling, how your body's reacting, and how you feel now that you finished this exercise. And again, these tools are really useful in specific moments when you know you're really stressed out and when you know that you want to do something actively to combat these feelings and to calm yourself down, you can do these in a moment of particular stress as well. The last really important thing I'm going to touch on today is self-care. A few different things that you can do are spend times with your friends, take a break from studying, internships, whatever's stressing you out. You can't do that 24/7. Take a break, do something with your friends, do something fun, even if it's alone, and just don't obsess over it. Don't let it take over your whole life. I talked about in my last webinar when it comes to time management, it's really important to plan the important academic things in your life, things going on with clubs, etc. But it's also really important to make time in your schedule to relax and actually find time when you can wind down and put away the stress. And these are times when you can be mindful and when you can actually step away from whatever's stressing you out and you can really focus on how you're feeling in the moment and how to feel good in the moment. It's also really important to build a strong support system of especially your peers at school. Being part of a college community, you're surrounded by so many people that are going through the same thing right now. My friend group and just people outside of our friend group, we all really share really similar experiences as to what's going on with whether we're all stressed out that we're in midterm seasons or people are stressed about their internships for the upcoming summer or any other type of thing. We're normally going through similar things as we're all students at the same university. And there's so many people for you to rely on. And even if it's not someone who's one of your best friends, there's people in your classes that are probably going through the same thing regarding to academic work or anything else that's stressful as they're sharing in the same experiences. So thank you to everyone for coming to this webinar. I hope it was useful in one way or the other, and that everyone just takes a moment today and throughout the rest of their semester to really focus on mindfulness in themselves and to hopefully take a step back from anything that's been overwhelming you. So thank you everyone for listening and have a nice rest of your days.